grateful and inspired to introduce my co-host this afternoon and our first poet, Julian. Julian's pronouns are they, he, she. Julian is a gender-fluid poet with a passion for messy expression and unabashed queerness. They are in love with many things, including trans bodies, mosh pits, big dogs, friendships, and mutual aid. Their poetry touches on themes of self-love, unrelenting emo kid vibes, gay grandmas, and mommy issues, of course. Please welcome Julian.
Howdy. Let's hear it for Katie for putting this shit together. Also, can I curse? Is that okay? I already did it. Alright, hey motherfuckers! Thank you all for being here. I apologize in advance if you were here last weekend for the Hearing Queer variety show. I'm going to be reading a lot of what I read there, so get over it. I don't know. I did not plan what order I'm doing this in, so hold on.
Standing by.
Yeah. Okay, we're gonna start off with a love poem. The thing with love poems is I fucking hate them. I think they're very cliche. I think it's really hard to write a love poem without it being bullshit, you know? Well, ever since I got permission to curse, I can't stop. So. I curse when I'm nervous. So this next poem is very short. It is a love poem to myself. So it's called I Love You, Julian. Here we go. I will not beg for love. I will not chase it through bramble and thickets. I will not tear through the briar and branches with greed frantic. I will come upon it in a glade, stumbling, heavenly and sweet. I will wake to find it on my breath, effortless, unlabored. It will whisper to me in the night and flow on the wind as I walk through days. Okay, so I'm a hypocrite. I'm gonna read another love poem. That's not about me. It's about sardines. So it's called Sardines. Anybody else love sardines here? Just me? Okay. I heard some boos. Well, that's fine. To each their own. Love is love, motherfucker. So this is based off of a poetry prompt where you had to write a poem in 5 minutes. And you had to use the same word 7 times. So I picked sardines because I love a challenge.
Hardcore.
Thank you. Okay. Lately, I unfurl in the morning a reluctant can of sardines creaking itself ajar. And for some reason, I can't stop slurping sardines with salacious glee. To bring me back to that time in your womb of a studio apartment where I get the best view in the city, and you presented a dinner of sardines and nuts to keep me satiated, and I thought sardines? I feel like the type of person who likes sardines. So I greedily slid my fingers into oily epiphanies of fishy wonder and told myself, of course I like sardines, because here I am with you, and our eyes mixed together in a swill of river stones and jade. It's so vibrant that I have to look away, to shield myself, and yet here I am at Harvest Foods at 9 p.m. buying 2 tins of sardines to chase the last ones, to chase the dream. Thank you. I've got one more for you. It's a little short story I wrote. It's based on this prompt where you had to pick 4 pieces of paper out of a hat, and each piece of paper had like a different word or phrase on it, and then you had to incorporate those into your writing. So the four phrases or words I got were your mom's mom, server who your grandma was rude to, platform Crocs, and sandals. And that's the title of the piece. And there we sat, huddled in each other's rib cages, your mother's mother, you, and me. She took a long and unblinking gaze at the two of us, gathering our youth and gawkiness like rainwater to drink. Her lips formed around words with careful intention, slow to drip from the syrup bottle on our diner pancakes. It was the first time I met someone who shared your blood, and it felt a momentous occasion to stare at each other in these chrome booths. We pushed our toes from our sandals to each other's clammy skin under the table, a love affair seen only by discarded gum and crumbs. An air of awkwardness thickened around us, and I stumbled between bites of scrambled eggs to impress her, to lay my love for you bare in a few adolescent-soaked sentences. Then, a blessed miracle, the server arrived like a godsend to save us from your grandmother's disapproval, at least for now. She stumbled forth, her eyes darkened from last night's shadow, her platform Crocs towing the line between practical, tacky, and iconic.
Yeah.
She chewed gum loudly, cinnamon, to mask the flavors of a poignant hangover, a swill of reluctant regrets. She smiled and asked if we needed anything else. We both shook our heads in a conditioned obedience, not yet bold enough to question our desires. Your grandmother looked at us, and without looking away, said, "What I need is for these two to live in a world where they can love each other freely, without reservation, without hatred, without pain. For them to live the life I didn't have the courage to when I was young and did what I was told. I look at these two young ladies here, and I see the life I could have lived if I followed my heart." When it was all said and done, the check paid and our bellies full, I turned to you and said, "Holy shit, who knew your grandma was gay?" Thank you.
Our next poet is a friend of mine, Kristen Gerard. Christy, to her friends, was born and raised nearby in the beautiful Bitterroot Valley. She has loved performing her poetry and has participated in spoken word open mics all over, from Albuquerque to Colorado and back to Missoula again. She recently had the opportunity to host her very own poetry show / contest called Tongue and Groove at Stave & Hoop last winter. I am thrilled to welcome Christy to the stage.
I'm going to start out with a short little one here. I guess untitled. I want to soak up knowledge, use it to end intolerance, intentionalize our lives to find peace and truth, wisdom from youth, spiritual belief and proof. The differences laid into our minds early from a pre-adolescent time can be reversed. The damage not done. I know we once were young, but we can still overcome. That which divides our communities, destroying the unity, does not have to consume the soul. Instead, it's a shift of the head, a breaking of bread, a laying down of lead. Yeah. And the mountain beckons me, whispering promises of home and pure air. You know, the kind of air you feel like you're the only one breathing, where vast blue sky reaches down its fingertips and taps me on the nose, a place no one knows my name or even uses words, yet it speaks. It speaks to the core of my beliefs. As spirit intended, the forest thick and alive, my soul abides. Dancing wind seduces the grass to lull and sway, my pain at bay, where I'm calmer, more me, and closer to my grandma. Where my human condition isn't an ailment, it's forgiving. It's instilled with innocence. I find sanctuary there in these trees, where these magnificently orchestrated vessels of life balance me, cleansing my conscience. It reminds me to breathe. Okay, I have one more for you. Yay! Okay. Inspiration is everywhere, but if you don't listen, you might not hear the promise. So we must ground ourselves in affirmation, take on transformation, shape-shift the soul. Even when the blood moon glares, hold steady to the pole. We're not ready for a fall. Go ahead and cling to this urban sprawl, for it is vast and fortified, ablaze and alive with brave new light. I call on you, sisters, brothers, unite into an orgasm we all can feel, see, and touch. Tangible elation, truly unruly sensation. When I step outside of myself and allow harmonious rhythm to the beat of this community, I am emerged, stripped of the mask that harbors my own personal brand of hell. I stand before you, naked and reaching out. I've landed myself in your presence for a reason, leaving my fears at home, relieved to be embraced in such a communal space. I'll call you my friend to your face.
Thank you, Christy. It's always an honor to share the stage with you. All right, our next poet, let me just pull up their little bio here. Our next poet is a lover of words and their ability to convey thoughts and feelings that otherwise would be lost. She is humbled by the kindness of this community's warm embrace and is honored to share her words with you all tonight. I'll also note she is an absolute angel and a nurse here in Missoula. Please welcome Simona Cabello.
Thank you, Julian. Thank you, Katie. Hi, everybody. I'm so happy to be here. I'm just going to dive right in. This poem is untitled. I want more, all of the time. Give it to me. It's mine. I went so long without it. How can you blame me? If love can be unconditional, how come it's not available to me always? A never-ending pit that populates every wonderful thought you've ever had. The ones that make you feel your blood coursing through your veins and pull into places that would make you blush. Instead, there are crickets, a white noise. I'm annoyed. Annoyed by my own lack of love for myself, reinforcing my own suspicions. As if you could dictate my worth. Baby, it's been me all along. So sit up straight and listen. I am worth all of this. Thank you. This poem is called Mine. My heart is wildly broken. Broken by the ones who held it in their hands when I was small enough to give it away like it was theirs in the first place. Reclaiming what was always mine. I can feel it beating. With each beat, it gets closer and closer to the space between my ribs and backbone, no longer theirs, reclaiming what was always mine. Each breath catching me as if it flows into the next, in and out, like an anchor digging deeper into the bottom of the ocean, reclaiming what was always mine. I do not belong. I do not belong to anyone.
Yeah.
Okay. A knot slowly loosening as I let go of you. Time does not heal. Time is not real, but space is. Remembering the best parts of her, I owe myself that. A painting unfinished, so much potential way back when all of our skin was softer and absent of the lines that now exist. I often put myself in her shoes. How might I have felt if I had endured the same circumstances? I still remember how beautiful she was to me. Like a Botticelli painting, hair always blowing in the wind. Probably because she was rushing off to the next thing to go fuck up and cry about later. Remember when she woke you up in the middle of the night and confided in you all of her fears and misfortunes so that she did not have to carry her burdens alone? Remember when she took you to the beach and told you the story about the sand dollars? She chain smoked cigarettes the whole way there. My mother. I too have faced misfortunes. I too have many fears. And unfortunately, sometimes I cannot decipher which ones are hers and which ones are mine. I have sat, marinated in thoughts that were not my own. I have been sad for so many reasons, events that were out of my control. But now, I choose to remember the worst parts of her because I owe myself that. Thank you. This last one is not so emo. A confusion of thoughts and plans. I'll organize them tomorrow. Today was the day, but I find myself sitting on the pile. Slept in and greeted myself late. Danced through the morning. Today is for play. Textures and sounds. My inspiration is not hard at work. More like an idea than something palpable. All is welcome here. Unpainted toenails, this is art. Imperfectness on display. But only I will see before it's all put away in their tight little spots, clean lines and clean thoughts. Today is for play until tomorrow. Thank you.
All right, you bunch of queers. We're gonna take a little break, about 10 minutes or so. So don't go anywhere. We have 2 more readers coming up after that break. We will have the wonderful Tanner Fruit, also known as Fruit Loops, playing us music during that time. We also have like a little interactive art project over here. So feel free to go over there and kind of interpret that however you'd like. There's some markers. And yeah, make some friends. Happy Pride. Thanks for being here.
Okay, folks, if you could finish up loving each other so hard and find your seats. Simona. That worked. Thank you. And thanks for coming back. I have the pleasure to introduce our next poet, Nicholas Russell Torrey Soderbergh has published poems in some defunct and not so defunct journals. worked as a hack editor at some awful and not so awful magazines, and is proud of his time as janitor in some swank cat shelter years ago. Nick is currently writing music under the name Bunny Blue Eyes Elvis. Please welcome my dear friend Nick to the stage.
Hello. Let that set in for a moment. All right. This one's called Kino Song. Every weekend at the bowling alley, we karaoke Vanilla Ice, get sideways wasted, flirt with television screens, and threaten fistfights. We woo the Kino machines with ritual signs and gestures, wage earnings and thirsty affections. We huddle in the porno neon penumbra of flashing lights and promised fortunes, convinced that among the machines is a miracle worker, the one that will pay our rent, get us into the dentist chair, buy us a beer. We make love with ourselves in front of machines, hoping that they will love us, hoping that they are our lovers, hoping through the machines that we can find others. We know the machines are sentient, demons, angels, ones that pretend to be one but are actually other. They who use light as cover. In the machines, a miracle for them that unlocks the code, calls the rain gods, practices the correct praises. Passages to open passages, to buy peace from ravages, to ring the bells, sound victory sirens, and alert the bartender. Pay up, we got a winner. You guys mind if I do like two kind of long ones and then a short one? And then...
Do it.
Yeah.
Do it.
All right, this one's California Dying Mom Love Song. 1. Turbulence, we fall through dark black flood clouds, the kind that beggar questions of covenants, clouds like something from Paradise Lost, dark billowing beasts bottom-lit by Los Angeles. Furious, staggered, staggering, a wet set to wreck even Hollywood, to drown Malibu, floating, furious black rivers, come to rewrite maps, punch holes through families, rubble railways and roads, to leave only rainbows and prison word crews, to clean up, to rebuild. 2. Mother, beaches disappear, like a time lapse with no ending. She listened to the animals on repeat the summer of '71, running the register of the Balboa Island head shop. Today, her memory recedes like the shoreline that she only now remembers, where she ate LSD 25 for 11 days when she was 17, dancing and seducing the edge of the world with a whirl of her hips and her sandy waist-length hair. 3. Garbage glitters in the receding shoreline, and thick, rust-colored seaweed where the tide is put it, here on the edge of the world, as if the ocean itself said, "Take it, fuckers, it's yours." People wander, dogs dash, chase balls, frisbees, eat dead squirrel tentacles and exposed jellyfish. The sands spray where the dogs land in the dry dust just from the waters. Beyond this, yet before the oil flotilla of tankers, the breakers roar and mist, tumble and dance, sizzle and foam, sparkle and breathe, rippling in the wets where hungry crabs dig and the thinning waters glisten and descend back into the body to do it all again. 4. A wet set to wreck, reroute, disorganize, so that life may raise from the dead ground again. Have we landed already? No. just felt that way. These clouds are titans, floating oceans crowned with furious waves, spilling their thirst onto the suburbs, murderers, by-the-hour palm readers, poets, gamblers, gangbangers, and bastards, lighting up the soon-to-be underworld of ocean to desert oblivion of California. Underside the dark beast we fall, descending to the toy world, the tarmac, descending over 405 to the runway. Not home, Orange County. Meow. Alright, here's a short one and then one long one, and I'll run the hell away. Alright, a friend song. You see someone drowning, someone you love, something's to be done. You do it, whatever that is. You lower a rope, you send a line, light a flare, call in the Navy. You've no luck, someone's still drowning. You grow afraid that you're drowning. You start to paddle, to kick. You tell yourself calm down, but somewhere, something's a panic. You feel it everywhere. You cry out. Someone comes, but there's nothing to be done. The Man in Blue.
Alright.
The Man in Blue by the boats, Jack, and his friend Eileen in the yellow-green in between kicking sticks hat. The trees have eyes. The trees have hearts. Are our brethren, which half explains the way we treat them. They are alive even if we don't want them to be. I write on their flesh now. Will these tattoos stretch across time, beyond me, under glass, for decoration and trash, hug a yucks, twice a fucks. Trash armies gather, trash wars rage. Water, oh water, oh water, oh. Here we raccoon, we prowl, dumpster dive, spurlunk, headlamp, trash treasures, granny's sparkling ring, stupid exercise machines, Johnny Cash records, autographed Bill Burroughs books, raccoon treasures, night slithers, shadow dance, Devil Street, shotgun blast, stolen gun. Who took my wheelchair? Where'd my pills go? How'd I get here? Who is this? Ignore the cries. They'll pull you down, drown you in their confused misery. Oh look, there's Jack and Eileen again, admiring the trash heap out back, the fire pit, broken car, river water broken down by the Soda Butte, south of the reclamation tailings. Yonder there, that's potable, in it no Ruth. Yonder's water for washing, yonder's wine for debauch. Yonder's you wander when stupid enough to essay for singular truth. You wander there, yonder, when still convinced of ducats' worth, untried against trials and proofs. Yonder you wander when graced with will's guide towards personal truth. And yet, when I wake from my roaming, cross back over the river, my tiger, mi gatito, mi familiar, Cerberus, tamed with honey cakes, waits by the waters, opens the gates, and beckons me back home. Thank you.
Thank you, Nick. Nick is one of my favorite writers here in Missoula, so always a pleasure. So originally up next we were gonna have Kate Morris read, but unfortunately they got sick. I implore all y'all, if you get the chance to see Kate Morris read at some point, please do. They are super talented, local playwright, and a wonderful human. So in lieu of that, we have my lovely co-host Katie has a little something something up her sleeve. So I invite her to the stage to share. Okay.
Entertainment purposes only. Don't move slowly. Seal the deal. I need to feel better. Briefly blasted by bliss, I bask in my bravery. I'm a bad bitch. Boldly banging boys, butt up, breast bouncing, bed busting like I bust this rhyme. Hit me, baby, one more time. To the beat, feel my rhythm, make me squeak, freak with delight. God, what a night, it's never gonna end. Eternity will arrive and you'll still be my friend, right? Wrong. At least not for this song. Entertainment purposes only. Lying next to you, I feel so lonely. Bear with me as I beg baby Jesus for a miracle, an earthquake to toss you out the door. I don't need you anymore! What I need is the floor. Cool linoleum cools my cheeks. Entertainment purposes only. Boldly, boldly, boldly.
Please.
Thank you for being here. Thank you, Julian. Thank you, Zach. Thank you, Tanner Fruit. Hang out. If you don't already know everybody here, it's worth exchanging phone numbers and getting to know each other. Mingle and enjoy Fruit Loops. Thanks. Oh, the I Am interactive art piece. Please interact with that if you'd like. I'm going to bring it to Conflux tonight. They're doing a wild dance party, Fox End Takeover. Ooh, ooh. So I'm going to bring it up and put it up there as well. So much love. Thank you.